Hello. All right, guys. Today I would like to begin something different. I'm gonna I'm gonna introduce something completely different, and I thought about this for a long time. And I would like to introduce a little bit of meditations. And whoever wants to join me in these meditations, in these mindfulness exercises, is more than welcome. I'll keep them nice and short, maybe about 10 minutes. So if you have the time that that you could allow yourself to join me for the next 10 minutes, I'll be more than grateful. So this is one of my journals that I'm almost done with. It's almost full. But this is pretty much like my Bible. So every day I kind of list it up and I open to a page and I read what's on it. And it's not like I keep a order of things. I don't necessarily write every next page. Sometimes I turn to a blank page in the middle of the journal and I begin writing there. So as I see, all the dates are all mixed up. Sometimes I have things from 2021 in here, things from 2024. It's a big book, so whenever I find the chance, I just open and write. So then I have the luxury of just opening up to a random page and then reading. So this is from September 28th, 24 is what I opened to. And the title is labeled Mutated Consciousness. Okay, so this is an interesting one. And I'm gonna break it down. I wrote for one page. It's an entry that's one page long. So I'm going to open up to a page, break it down in my own words, interpret my own thoughts that I recorded in the past, and then I'm going to meditate on it for let's say 8 minutes. Okay, we're all going to meditate for 8 minutes. And maybe with time we'll increase the length a little bit, but just to get going, we're all gonna sit and meditate for 8 minutes. See if we could do that. Okay, so let's begin. Mutated consciousness. I have observed within myself a change or a shift in my awareness over the years. Okay. I feel like that's normal. As we all grow and change, we see things differently. The shift for me occurred really slowly in time terms, but in reality it happened in no time. And what I mean by that is, looking back over the years, contemplating about my childhood, my years in school, my jobs and everything, all the years that I've experienced in this life, it seems like a long time has taken for that shift to occur, right? All of a sudden now I see things in a different way, and looking back, it's taken years for that to occur, right? And in terms of time, it's taken like 20, 30 years or whatever. I'm 37 now. So it's taken me 37 years for me to have this awareness that I have today. But if I look out of a place from the present moment, then that shift really happened instantaneously. It's like, whoa, I am able to just pull all these different parts of my past and bring them now in this moment, right? So in a way, the mutated consciousness that I'm experiencing now happened in the blink of an eye, right? It just happened now. It felt as if one day I just viewed things differently. Yeah, today. With more depth and understanding than before. Okay, I definitely feel more aware. I'm looking at this coconut tree and I'm really acknowledging that that is a coconut tree. Maybe before I didn't really pay attention to that. As if my consciousness mutated or evolved for me to have a different experience. Okay. We all could say that each day we can have a different experience, right? The more aware I become of everything around me, the more I realize that every day brings forth a new experience for me. Every day could be different. And also, if I get complacent with routine, every day could seem the same. And I could easily go by and be like, whoa, 37 years of my life passed just like a blink of an eye. And every day felt the same. But now, living more in the present moment, I'm realizing that the feeling of presence really allows me to experience everything in a new, profound way. It was the same things I was seeing as before, yet another layer of depth was being shown to me. Maybe because I allow myself to experience that depth. When I look at the vulture circling over there, I really look and think. I create the opportunity to see that and acknowledge that, and also appreciate the grace with enjoy the beauty of the movements that these creatures make, right? Almost like I'm seeing myself in that. And fully allow it to enter my consciousness, right? I could easily dismiss it if I try to achieve or try to hustle or try to rush myself through life. But now I make the time to actually acknowledge what happens around me and not be in a rush, right? Not be in a rush. With time, there will be more revealed to me, but only when I'm capable to contain and interpret that within my mind. So what I mean by that is, in time, maybe with my awareness growing or my consciousness evolving or changing, I will be able to interpret more out of life. But only when my mind and my vessel or my consciousness is able to interpret what I see, right? A lot of times we attach to what we see with our eyes, but usually there's a lot more to be seen than what the eye could see. So in time, I'll be able to kind of penetrate those deeper layers of my awareness. Only when I'm ready. It definitely feels weird at first because it almost tricks me into thinking that there's someone else in my body simultaneously. So the transition feels weird. Yeah, it does feel like somebody else is experiencing this reality. And when I compare the different parts of me, my old self compared to now, it seems like two different entities that are experiencing what I see. And when I think about it, was I different than before? Yeah, sure. I am more evolved and I'm changed, right? I'm different than I was before. But also, am I the same as before? Yes. I am the same Phil that was 20, 30 years ago. I am the same individual, and yet I am different. So I just want to play with that a little bit, right? I am different than before, but I'm also the same as before. Just like I am good sometimes, and sometimes I'm bad, right? I don't really get attached to neither one of them, right? And that's another lesson that I want to point out here. This is important. The learning detachment from Buddhist perspective, learning detachment. So in a way, I'm talking about me growing up into this new version of myself, but also understanding that I am also the same as I was before. Just the same way that night and day are really the same thing, and it's not a clear line that divides the two, right? There's not a clear line that separates hot from cold, right? Everybody has a different perspective in experiencing hot and cold, right? For some, a certain temperature might feel cool, while for someone else that might be warm. And it's not a clear line, it's all relative, right? So in a way, the same relativity could be applied to the version of myself. I am the same version I was before, but I'm also different now. And it's not a clear line where the sameness of me before merges into this new version of myself. I am both, and I'm also neither one of them. hopefully this is not confusing. So in this meditation today, that let that be the goal for today, is let us meditate on the different versions that we are today, but also the same versions that we are today, and not really attached to either one of them. I am sick, and I am also healthy. I don't really attach to being sick or being healthy too much. I don't really attach to being good or being bad too much. I am Jesus, and I'm also Satan. And I don't really give a fuck who I am, right? It's I am not attached to who I am. And the lesson for me is to express myself in a way that I'm not gonna attach myself too much to doing something good or something bad based on somebody's relative opinion of what that is, because I don't really know what good or bad is. As I am passing on the baton to someone else, an evolved version, right? I'm passing on the baton to this version of myself, and I'm like, here, take this. Now let's experience life from this new point of view, right? And the transition of this passing is more and more pronounced. Like I am literally seeing the old version of myself pass the baton to this new version of myself, and I'm like, here, take it on from here. And this transition feels weird because it's a new state of experience, right? This new version of myself might see things in a new way. I might do things in a new way. I might speak in a different way, which might feel scary, and it might feel weird, and it might not feel as comfortable as this old version of myself. And my thoughts, this is the last sentence here, my thoughts are what sustain this new version of myself, this quantum shift. So my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings are sustaining this new version of myself. So if I am not comfortable, and at the beginning I will most likely not be comfortable with these new things that I'm able to understand, new feelings, new thoughts that come into my mind, right? Once I realize that I am creating my reality in my mind, then I have the choice to sustain this new reality for myself, or I have the choice to go back to the old versions of myself and be comfortable with the way I was, right? And usually making a change or making a shift will introduce new experiences in my life that may seem challenging, that may seem scary, that may seem that I'm not ready for them. And if I resort to being comfortable, then I'll easily go back to my old self and feel comfortable, right? But I want to make this change into creating my life that I want to be in charge of my life. I want to create my dream, right? I want to create my life and create my experience and live my dream life that I always imagined. So in a way, I have to allow this new version of myself to think positive thoughts about myself, right? I cannot resort to going back and criticizing myself like I used to in the past, and me judging myself if I am saying the right things, or if I'm saying cool things to make people like me, right? I have to allow this new version of myself to not judge myself and not criticize myself and not be so damn hard on myself, right? And I like that. I like this new version of myself that's not penetrating into the, it's not assessing everything that I do, and just with a childlike mentality, I just don't know. I'm like a little kitten that doesn't know the difference between good and bad, and I am just tasting the experience, making the decision if this new experience is something that I like or it's something that I don't like. And I'm doing that on the spot, not based on preconceived notions about what good and bad is, right? It's almost like in a new state of awareness, I'm making the decision, whatever I do now in this moment, did that feel good or did that feel bad? Did I like this? Did I enjoy this? Did that give me a sense of fulfillment, right? So let us meditate on that. I know this is 18 minutes of me just, breaking down what I wrote. But I'm going to spend 8 minutes on this, thinking that I am this old version of myself that took years for me to get to. And I'm also this new version of myself that happened within a blink of an eye, instantaneously. And I'm the old sick version of myself, and I'm the new healthy version of myself. Or I am this evil version of myself, but also I am this good version of myself. And I'm also neither one of them. So let the meditation be me detaching from all expectations that I have about myself, all categories that I put myself in, and understand that I'm none of those things, and I am all of those things. So with this meditations, let's work on letting go of all those beliefs that I have about myself. And it really begins with just me relaxing into myself. into this body. And with each breath, I allow myself deeper and deeper relaxation into this new version of myself. Let the breathing become natural and easy. Can I relax into this new version of myself? Can I give myself permission to relax and find home in this new version of myself? Can I be gentle with myself? Can I allow myself to love myself in all aspects of what makes me me? Can I acknowledge my attachments, my addictions, my cravings? And can I also understand that I am none of those things? Can I allow myself to see that everything that I need is already inside of myself? Can I express gratitude for this beautiful, intelligent being that I am, that is able to produce everything that I need only by tapping into my imagination? Can I give myself permission to connect with myself, to make contact with the deepest part of myself? Can I connect to this version of myself before I became myself? Before I sprung up to existence, before I was given life? What was that version of myself before I learned about what good is and what bad is? Can I tap into the version of myself of not knowing what that is? Of not knowing what correct is and what wrong is? And be okay with it. Can I love the version of myself that doesn't know anything? And as I relax deeper and deeper within myself, my breathing slows down. And I'm realizing I am breathing in myself with each inhalation. I am not this body, but the consciousness that I'm breathing into this body, and the consciousness that I am breathing out of this body. I'm only borrowing this human flesh to have this human experience. And I understand that all my cravings and attachments are only due to my human body and not really to my consciousness. So with each new breath, I allow myself to merge and blend those two things together. Can I allow myself and my consciousness to merge in with this human body and feel the sense of wholeness that has always been within myself? All the love that I was seeking outside of myself, whether that's relationships, whether that is cravings or desires, all the love that I thought was outside of myself now is flowing from within myself. And as I open up my heart with love, as I gift myself this beautiful feeling of love, I am filling my body with this unlimited love, this unconditional love, extinguishing all judgments about myself, letting that love fully shower my being. And it's so much love that it eventually begins to ooze out of me. So I'm feeling this unconditional love that I'm giving myself oozing out of my being. And with each breath, I'm feeling the outpouring of this love into my reality. And with my imagination, I am able to really create the life that I want to live. And I allow this love, this unconditional love, to be my guide. I allow this unconditional love to be my guide. And I open myself to all possibilities of existence. I breathe in love and I breathe out love. And if I don't know what love is, I imagine what love could be. What could it mean to love something unconditionally, without attaching myself to it, without being greedy about my outcomes, but with pure acceptance? What could that feel like, to love something unconditionally? What would that feel like? I imagine myself. Can I love myself unconditionally? Is that even possible? Is that even possible? And slowly we're gonna open up our eyes. Love you guys. Hope each and everyone has a beautiful day, beautiful life. Let all your dreams manifest, all your desires, all your imaginations come to life. I love each and every one of you as I love myself. And till next time.